Welcome to another episode of Christian's Progress. And it is ridiculous that I can't see the time from here. Anyway, I think it's around 1 o'clock, not in the afternoon, so it's 1 a.m. And really, it's not my schedule or plan to sleep that late or to be still awake at this point of the day. However, things happen. And I think what really matters right now is that I'm not trying to film a video to keep on. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that I'm here for a purpose. I'm here to do something, and you will see what it is in a moment. And by a moment, I mean right now. So I should probably let you know that I am actually in a band, in a Christian band. Actually, I think I remember mentioning that briefly before, but we are a local band here in Vancouver called Aroma. And what else do you need to know? What do you want to know? Why don't you tell me? We sing. That's what a band does. And because it's a Christian band, we sing Christian songs. Isn't that just mind-blowing? But for real, we have an event coming up, or one event, but there are 3 shows for this event in the month of October. So we've been preparing since January. And yeah, things are getting closer and closer. We're heading into September now. So what I really want to the quick point I want to make here is that I could get really upset at the fact that I'm sleeping or not asleep even at 1 a.m. because on my schedule it says I should be sleeping at 11 p.m. However, I think, and to let you know how serious of a problem it was for me in terms of my perfectionistic mindset, I would really beat myself up and just feel very, very put down myself for not being able to reach my goal. So that's why there were periods that I was so disciplined and so driven. But then as soon as I start falling short and I'm not able to hit my goal, whatever that may be, I would get really upset, discouraged, feeling like I'm trying so hard, I'm not hitting my goals. And then that would drive me into a period of feeling very apathetic and lazy, not trying anymore. So there would be those different seasons in my life, but now obviously it's a constant battle, and I have to battle against the sin of laziness, and also at the same time battle against the sin of anxiety. Because if I'm working hard on the surface, but it's driven by anxiety and it's driven by the wrong motives and intentions, as we talked about last time, then what good is there in that? It's very unsustainable, and people who manage to sustain it, in the long run, it's not healthy for them mentally, emotionally. And even if they say they are, well, at the end of the day, God is the one who looks at our hearts and judge our motives and intentions. So even though right now it's 1 a.m. and I'm still talking to a camera by myself in a room, I'm still very grateful. The reason being, I know that, wow, this just came up to me. Just came up in my mind that I was about to say the words, I know that today I didn't, or I tried my best and I didn't waste time deliberately or intentionally. I was just trying moment by moment to focus on the task at hand. I was about to say that, which I would say is true for the latter half of the day. Or I would say since most part of the day it was like that. But then what I failed to remember is that early in the morning, I actually slept in. I did not sleep at the right time last night. My bad. My fault. And so I slept in today, and in a way I didn't feel good about myself. So I just, both physically and emotionally, I just slept in. Or I should say, for emotional and physical reasons, not having enough energy, I just slept in. So after that, I just said to God, and this is something I'm learning as well, you may fail hard this moment, but by God's grace, you can receive forgiveness, you can receive mercy, and you can receive His grace to get back up and to keep trying. And that, my friend, is the key. Not staying down, but getting back up with the help of God and by His strength to keep taking another step. It might be a small step. It might take you a while to take that step. But the fact that you're trying, the fact that you are engaging your effort to take that step, God sees that. That's what pleases God. That is success. So what I'm saying is, I didn't do well in the morning, but by God's grace, I asked for forgiveness, I prayed, and then from there on, I would say I was pretty focused today. At work, in the office, and then I communicated with some clients, and then I also was in a meeting with a sister in ministry. Dinner, I acted with self-control, had my time to slow down, and also had my time to stop, because I can also indulge in dinner. That's another problem I have, and sit there for 2-3 hours. But today it wasn't like that. I looked at the clock and I made sure I know I need to do some follow-ups in the evening, and I did that. And known and beknownst, that's probably not the phrase, known and beknownst, unknown and unbeknownst to you. I don't know how to say that. If you know how to say that properly, please tell me. Because sometimes I try to say these phrases that seem to be right for that moment, but I can't really say it. And I end up not looking good. But it's not about looking good here. It's about being honest as brothers and sisters. So I thought I could finish things up in the following up in the evening, but then I didn't. And so it took longer than I expected. And I was hoping that I would finish that stuff earlier and then do what I'm doing here now, which is I need to practice, because I'm singing in this band for our events and I need to be practicing. So I haven't been doing that consistently enough. That's also my problem. I schedule this, but again, when things happen and I compromise and I don't stick to my schedule, then I'm missing out on my practice sessions. And that's not good, because I need to prioritize this, because it's a blessing that I get to serve, that I get to use the gift I have in singing. Pause. I'm not saying I'm a great singer, because in a moment you might be able to tell. Just giving you heads up right now. But the fact that sometimes I think about my voice and I think, if God has given me the opportunity to sing, even with the voice I had, which He gave to me, and again, we talked about this, the key is not how great of a voice you have, but it's about what you do with your voice. It's about what you say, how you use words to encourage people, to love people, and in the context of singing, how I'm using my voice to the best of my ability to praise God. And when I have the opportunity to serve in this way, to be part of a band that is engaged in these events that are evangelical events to proclaim the gospel, then it's a blessing that I get to be part of this, that I get to be in the team and I get to be involved. Of course, doesn't mean to just, we're given the talent, whether it's 1 talent, 2 talent, 5 talent, but we need to make the best of it. And that's why it's on me to practice or not, to work hard or not. And I need God's forgiveness and mercy, because again, like I said, I need to be practicing more. So with about a month left now, I really hope to stick to the schedule more and to practice more. So even though we are here late at night, past 1 a.m. at this point, I still wanted to film this video because, again, I could look at this as, oh, am I trying to boast in myself and show off? Look at me, look at my dedication in sticking to my guns and doing it even if it's late and all of that. No, that's not the point. That could be the point. That would be the point of the flesh, of the sinful nature, to make you look at me and think I'm so great. I don't even know if anybody's watching this, but that's not the point. If you're that one person watching this, that's what matters. It's not a coincidence that you're watching this. We're blessed to be alive and living and breathing, and you're spending time watching this video. I think there's a reason. I think there's a message for you in particular. What are you doing with this time? What are you doing after you watch this video? Just feel inspired for a moment, or entertained? Maybe a little mix of both. But so what? You can watch a lot of entertainment. There's too much entertainment out there. In my sin, I indulge in engagement at certain times, and the key word is indulge, because there could be a right place and time for the right kind of entertainment. Sidetrack, just need to come back here. So the reason I want to show this, really the main point is to say, even though externally I failed, right? I failed. I didn't sleep on time. I wasn't quick enough in the way I was doing things. I hope you remember what we talked about. I don't know if we talked about this or if I just wrote this in my notes. We can talk about this another time. But the real purpose is to please God. And we set external goals as a goalpost, like a soccer goalpost, that white rectangular goalpost. It's just to direct your energy and focus into that area. But the real purpose is to win the game. And the game, the real victory, the real purpose is to please God. Does that make sense? When you are please God, you set those goals that are in line with God's clear commandments and principles. So for example, aiming to sleep at 11 p.m., that's not necessarily a godly goal, but it's in line with self-control or taking care of your health and body, which is the temple of God, and it's also a resource that God has given us. The time we have, the life we have, the health we have, we need to take care of that in order to glorify God and do more with what we've been given. So that's on us. But will there be times when things pop up, when things happen, and it would be pleasing to God for you to attend to those things, thereby failing in reaching the original goal of sleeping on time? Yes, but that doesn't mean you're a failure because you missed that goal. You are successful because you are pleasing God. So always just go back to what pleases God, what pleases God. And if I'm doing that, then I'm successful. Now, at the same time, in my case, like I said, I didn't do well in the morning, so that had an effect for the rest of my day in terms of the real natural consequence. There's a consequence to our actions. So everything got pushed back. That's one way. That's one thing too. A very true thing I need to mention. And then on the other hand, it's also the fact that I can improve in how I handle my time, in how I communicate with my clients, and how I respond to messages. I can be more efficient, much more efficient. So instead of taking 2 or 3 hours in the evening to do follow-ups and other admin tasks, organizing tasks, maybe I could have took 1 hour or 2 hours, and I would be able to sing earlier, practice earlier, and then go to bed earlier. So you see what I'm saying? On the one hand, it's having that peace in my heart, being grateful to God. I'm here to celebrate that I feel at peace because I know that I was on the path moving toward God in what I was doing and engaging wholeheartedly in the tasks in front of me, task by task, moment by moment. But at the same time, I'm saying this other category of things that we're actually doing, I can learn from that error and try again and do better. And in doing this process that I'm describing, which I hope is making sense to you, and I pray to God that He would God, please help me be able to share this more efficiently, more effectively with my words and be concise and be to the point. But I hope today, in just sharing this from my heart and from these real life examples, it can be something of a reminder or something for you to think about. And I pray that God would work his truths in your heart. All right? It's been 50 minutes. I'm going to go sing right now. In fact, I don't want to extend this video any longer, so I'm just going to turn off the video and then I'm going to sing. Maybe next time, if we get the chance to spend some more time together, then I can sing a little bit for you. But for now, for this time, I think I'm going to save it. All right. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure here speaking with you. Christian's Progress. I'm out, ready to sing. God bless you.